Hey everyone, this is Siddhant Moore, and today I'll be speaking about the rise of Spotify and how they changed the music industry. So, let's go back 2 decades, shall we? How were you consuming music 20 years ago? In all probability, you were downloading your music from torrent websites, or purchasing MP3 CDs from street corners, or perhaps exchanging pen drives with your friends. A few years later, you perhaps moved on to LimeWire, or if you were in college, you were using your college's vast peer to peer network to download audio files. The issue with all of this is that it is all illegal. So, how did we reach from there to paying a monthly subscription to listen to music? That's what we'll talk about today. So, let's do shots. Spotify has revolutionized the music industry by offering free and legally streamed music. Back in the 1990s, music piracy became a huge problem. It grew up to be a multi-billion-dollar industry, entirely illegal, with none of the proceeds going to the artists and musicians. In fact, the pirated music industry was more than half of the total music industry. The only two options to listen to music was to either buy a 100 rupee CD with access to one single album or to download every album that you want absolutely free of cost. Illegally, of course. The choice was a no brainer. The first wave of change came in 2003 when, after the success of Apple iPod, Apple launched iTunes, where you could purchase music. In that era, that was the first attempt at legal music transactions digitally. But the concept of free pirated music was so ingrained in all of us, very few of us actually purchased music, which was priced as low as 1 rupee per song. The cost addition to music, though, led to people shifting in their music consumption to radios. But there was one problem: you could not choose your own music on radio. These events finally paved way for the arrival of Spotify. Spotify figured out a way to make everyone happy. They bought licensed music from record labels. Some big labels were even given a piece of Spotify's business. They made money by showing ads on their platform, and the users were able to listen to music without paying anything for it. Like every other business, this was ridiculed at first as well. In fact, Taylor Swift called them out, alleging that they were undervaluing artists and their music. She removed her music from Spotify until she eventually returned after a 3 year long break in 2018. But this business model was working for Spotify. They spent a lot of their time and energy in getting the rights to the music that they were streaming and creating a vast library. And it started to show results, and in a big way. All the tech giants were suddenly rolling out subscription based music streaming platforms. Apple launched Apple Music. In fact, they're now shutting down iTunes. Amazon Music came, Google Play Music came, and so did YouTube Music. But Spotify still had double the users as all of the others. Why? Because of their freemium model. They allowed consumers to choose from two different types of subscriptions: a free model where you have to watch ads, and a premium version without ads. Apple and Google have paid versions only, or free trials followed by the paid versions. And that was the big game changer for Spotify. Now in 2020, exclusive deals are the flavor of the season for these audio giants. Spotify has exclusive deals with Seth Rogen, Kim Kardashian, and DC Comics, to name a few. They are now moving from being just a music streaming platform to being a full fledged audio content giant. That's all for today. This is Siddhant, and until next time, let's do shots.